He said, when it's a disaster, he said, the people rally together and crime decreases. In any natural disaster, the community rallies together, the country, and the crime decreases. Guess only one community where disaster hits and the crime skyrockets. It's only one community. And that's our community. And you know what he used the examples of? He used the examples of Haiti. He said, after that Haiti earthquake, he said the men turned into savages, rape, pillage, and plunder. He used the New Orleans, the Katrina, the men, rape, pillage, and plunder. Peter Pandemic. The pattern is about race. It's not about racism. This is about black culture. And black culture keeps black people stuck in the Blatrix. Because black people try to be honorable to something that's not honorable. It's not honorable to be black. I know that sounds bad. It hurts your feelings. It's not honorable. Being black was never meant to be honorable. It was never meant to be principled. It's never meant to be righteous. Never meant to be godly. Being black was never meant to be a good thing. So what makes you think it's going to be a good thing years later? It's not. They can only appeal to you through black culture. Without black culture, nobody has a buy-in to our community. Inconveniently, black culture is a degradation of our community. Somebody said it ain't them, it's us. Yeah, to be black is to be controlled. If you don't believe me, I just put a video with Kwame Brown in it. All you got to do is just have a difference of opinion. I just got invited to this barbershop talk. I guess Vibe is doing some kind of barbershop talk where they go around the country to all these barbershops and talk about, but it's still, I know it's BS. It's going to be the same talking points. White folks bad. We got to come together. It's BS. Because I'm going to go there and say something different. I'm going to talk different to the people. They're going to be upset. Because first thing I'm going to say is, in 2021, we spent $1.6 trillion. So clearly, the issue in America is not racism. Somebody said to be black and white, it is inception though. Because black and white both are about a false reality. It's about a false reality. So at the end of the day, black folks ain't gonna make it. But honestly, black folks shouldn't make it. Because black folks don't deserve to make it. Because black folks believe that their dislike for white people gives them an excuse to not be godly. So what happens is they go through all the Bible and they say, man, this is too hard. How can I find a way out? Oh, I got it. Nobody can be perfect. So you see, black folks want racism. Nobody else. Black people want racism. Black people are going to beg to go into slavery. Because black people don't know how to exist without the opposition of white. We don't know how to exist. So who are you without racism? If there was never racism on this earth, who would you be? And if you tell me something, whatever you tell me, I'm going to reply, that's who you should be now. How is it that before these past few years, as a man thinketh, so is he. You get out what you put in. Your attitude determines your altitude. All these, the little engine that could, I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. All this stuff got crumbled up, tossed in the trash, and now we just say white folks are oppressing us. What? It's crazy. It's crazy. So at the end of the day, black people are not going to make it because black people are never going to want to leave the Blatrix. Ever. They're not. Now, if you don't want to be black, you can make it. But if you want to be black, you most assuredly are going to perish. Anyone can get close. Yeah, because the problem is that black culture is not a fortress. Black culture is a big, shiny castle that looks beautiful. And from a distance, you see it surrounded by a bunch of knights on horses with armor, spears. You got guys on the top with bow and arrows, but as you get closer and closer, you'll see those are just trees and bushes. It ain't real. When you were away, you saw a big gate in the front. You keep riding up, won't be no gate. You see, black culture invites everything in because it's satanic and demonic. So anything goes. So black culture doesn't offer protection for black people. Asian culture offers protection for Asian people. Hispanic culture offers protection for Hispanic people. Jewish culture offers protection for Jewish people, but black culture doesn't offer us protection because black culture says anything goes. So black people will fight for Democrats, and even though Democrats want a 9-month full-term abortion, it's what they're pushing for because they want you to sacrifice your child. Somebody said black is a state of mind, not a state of being. It's both. Because you can be black and you can think black. It's both. You can exist black and you can also think black. If you think black, it's going to your thoughts manifest to your actions. So if you think black, you're going to act out being black. Do you know how many conversations we don't even engage in just to not seem like a sellout? Do you know how many blessings we let pass by us just to not appear a certain way to a bunch of miseducated, misguided, ignorant black people? Do you know? Do you all know? I don't think you know. I don't think you know how many blessings we let pass by because we refuse to let this BS go. Fitting into the crowd, trying to be accepted, trying to be liked. Black folks are not going to make it because black folks don't want to make it. And more than that, black folks don't deserve to make it. They don't deserve it. Black people will literally go out into the streets and tear up somebody's lifelong business based on what somebody on CNN told them. It's just not honorable to be black. It's not honorable. And then more you will find is that to be any color is not going to be honorable to God. It's a setup. They call me a sellout, but they can't tell you where I sold the people out. That man said, you a good black man if you don't date white women, even if you cheat on all the black women. So you don't date white. Here goes the funny thing. You actually honor the white woman by not dating her, and then you dishonor the black woman. It's actually crazy. And I point to that specifically because that is black culture. Black people refuse to read, not because black folks can't read, not because black folks are lazy. Black folks don't want to read because they don't want to be held accountable for the information. They don't want to read something that contradicts their friends and their family, CNN in the shade room. So if they read something that contradicts that, now when they go around people and they're saying the wrong things, it's messing with your spirit. Only thing that saved me was that Trump tweet. The irony of a Trump tweet waking me up. It was a fake tweet, but still. I went to that Twitter account and I was disgusted. Because I realized at that moment, if I was tricked, millions upon millions upon millions were deceived beyond belief. I'm not even saying I'm even woke. I'm just saying I just looked at his Twitter account. And so what black people are now, first of all, black culture will be fully taken over by the LGBTQ, pedophilia, X, Y, and Z community. But black culture in itself now operates like a communist. Think about it. In black culture, you can't tell the truth. You got to vote Democrat. You can only align yourself with white liberals. Black men can't date outside their race. Black women don't have to take care of themselves physically. So if you look at black culture now, it's pretty much already set up with a set of rules. And you really can't deviate from them. Because if you deviate from them, you're going to be a sellout, you're going to be a coon on it. So really, the way we got black culture really set up, is really already set up communist. So we're already prepared and ready for New World Order. That's why we love the mask so much. Because the mask, to us, symbolize not being free. It's like a blanket. It's like Lionel's blanket on Charlie Brown. It's like a baby's pacifier. We love the mask so much because the mask means that we're subject to somebody. So that's why we put the mask on and make it all, put diamonds in it, get Chanel ones, Fendi. That's why we celebrate the mask, because the mask means you're still oppressed and you can see it. So we like looking in the mirror and seeing that muzzle on our face. We don't want to be in a world where it's all on us. So that mask is comfort for a lot of black. That's why we refuse to take them off. Black folks refuse to take the mask off. And it's sad when I see women with them, I be like, dang. Y'all know how hard it is trying to go out, you trying to find a woman, and you're looking, okay, who not going to be listen, all the black women that's successful and all this, corporate, most of them, the who's who of black women, jabbed up Democrat Kamalaites. I'm just liberals. It's tough. It's tough.